Okay, here we are in 2-2, substituting variables. Now in problem number 1 it says solve for y, and we're given 1/2 parentheses x plus 4 minus 2y equals 12. And wait a second, I want to stop you right there because this can be a little bit difficult. We have two different variables and we're asked to solve for y when given that x equals 12y. Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to write x equals 12y on your paper, and I want you to write the word is, because I think this is so helpful. X is 12y. So think about it like this. If I'm rewriting this equation and I write 1/2 x, well wait a second, what is x? I'm going to leave that blank. What is x? Be thinking about that. Minus 2y is equal to 12. Well, guess what? We know that x is 12y. So instead of writing x, I actually write 12y. Because whatever x is, we can take that and substitute it in for x. And this is, once again, this is something students struggle with quite a bit. Now here we have to distribute 1/2. Well, this is really 12 over 1, so 1 times 12 is 12 over. On the bottom, 2 times 1 is 2y. Plus, over here we have 4 over 1, and 1 times 4 is 4 over, and 2 times 1 is 2, minus 2y is equal to 12. Now let's go ahead and simplify my fractions. I know that 12 over 2 becomes 6y plus, and 4 over 2 becomes 2 minus 2y equals 12. Let's do a little division here. And wait a second, I've got a 6y and I've got a negative 2y. Well, what's 6y minus 2y? Well, that's going to be 4y plus 2 is equal to 12. And now we have a very simple equation which you should be able to solve like the back of your hand. We have 4y is equal to 12 minus 2, which is 10. We divide both sides by 4. And guys, you always have to reduce. So 10 over 4, they can both be divided by 2. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. Over 4 divided by 2 is 2. And ta-da! We have solved for y. Please pause the video, finish taking any notes. Let's move on to our second example. Okay, now example 2 says solve for x. So we want to figure out, okay, well wait a second, what is x? And we have 3x plus 6 equals 15y, where we're given y equals negative x. Now once again, I want you to write y equals negative x, and I want you to write this word is. We are saying that y is negative x. So if I go through here left to right, and I'm going to say, okay, well 3x plus 6 equals 15y. Well, wait a second. What is y? Well, y is negative x. And from here, I can go ahead and start solving for x. Now we know that on the left we have 3x plus 6 equals, what is 15 times negative x? Well, remember that's actually a negative 1x, and 15 times negative 1 is negative 15x. Now here's a case where students will get very, very confused. Why? Because I always tell you to move the smaller x. Well, notice, see how negative 15x is smaller than positive 3x? But check this out. The ultimate goal is to get x's on one side and constants on the other. So when you think about drawing this brick wall that a lot of you like to do, I see that my constant of positive 6 is already here on the left, and there's no constant over here. So in this one specific case, it actually makes sense to move the larger x to the right hand side. So I can subtract 3x and subtract 3x, and now we get this. 6 is equal to negative 15 minus 3 is negative 18x. And now all we have to do is divide both sides by negative 18. And guys, check it out. 6 and negative 18 can both be divided by 6. And so we can say, okay, well, you know what? Our answer will be x equals, I know that a positive divided by negative is a negative, and 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 18 divided by 6 is 3. Alright, we just solved for x. Pause the video, finish taking any notes. Let's move on to our third and final example. Okay, here we have our third and final example, and we want to solve for y. Okay, so I want to know what y, I want to know what y is, but over here we're actually given that x Remember, x is by itself, so we're saying that x is 4y plus 7. So if I'm going from left to right, I know what x is, so I'm going to write this. 2 parentheses plus 8y is equal to 3. And what is x? Well, we know that x is 4y plus 7. Okay, well from here we have 2 times 4y, which of course will give us 8y. We have 2 times 7, which will give us 14, plus 8y is equal to 3. Oh, this is almost a nice number. And here we'll just combine our like terms. 8y plus 8y is 16y, plus 14 equals 3. And how do you get rid of that plus 14? Well, minus 14, and we can say this. 16y is equal to 3 minus 14, negative 11. Now to finish this off, of course, we will divide both sides by 16, and y equals negative 11 over 16 is our final answer. Alright, appreciate it guys. I'll see y'all in the next video.